short time ago whether you'd like to get involved with the Sky debate talking about Jeremy Corbyn this afternoon, whether you wanted to tweet as to whether you thought he was a good leader, whether he was electable. Carl saying, I don't see him as a leader. If the Labour Party members do, that is their decision. There is no way the electorate will make him Prime Minister. Bryce Lawrence, though, sees it rather differently. Hello, Bryce. He has a 50-50 chance of being elected leader of his party. We have nearly 4 years before there needs to be a general election. Both excellent points, Bryce. What about you? What are your thoughts? Tweet me directly if you would like to. We've got two other very clever people who've got their views that we'd like to share with you now, including
গতকাল মেয়ের বাবা রিং করছিল বলছিল যে আজকে আগামীকাল শুক্রবারে একটু তারা কথাবার্তা বলবো ডেইলি রোডে মনে হয় বললাম যে আমার আবার যে এখানে যে আমাদের ভিতরে যে কমান্ডার না বাবা আবার গত পরশুদিন মারা গেছে আগামীকাল কুলখানি হবে বিকেলে দেখি এখন কথা কয় আর দুইজনের সাথে কথা কয় কাল 10টার দিকে একটা টাইম করা যায় ওনারে বলছিলাম যে কুলখানি টাইমটা কোন সময় হয় যদি সকালে হলে তাহলে বিকেলে পারবো আর বিকেলে হলে সকালে দেখি ডিসিশন হয়েছে যে বাদ আসর হইলো কুলখানি হবে এখন রোডে মনে হয় ওনারা থাকে না
Well, Mason, I did try and get some balance when I was looking at the Twitter feed, and I have to say, 90% of it is saying no, but that is reflective of the grassroots of the Labour Party, many of whom want to see him as Labour leader. What is it about him that you think makes him electable as Prime Minister?
Twice in the space of a month, Labour people have been called on to join and support him, and they have in numbers larger than the entire membership. And they have Twitter too. They're pretty busy at work right now. That's created by the kind of Westminster media that Corbyn's rubbish, therefore he's rubbish, therefore he's unelectable. I don't think he's rubbish at all. I think he's a different kind of because he empowers other people to lead. Look at some of the people who've been around him at that launch today. But yes, any Labour leader has to come up with an answer to what do we do about Scotland? What do we do about the fact that the boundaries are being drawn for Parliament? And how do we keep the two sides of the party together? The more traditional social democratic side and this new radicalised, very activist base that are joining in their hundreds of thousands. That is a big ask, but I think he can do it.
Matt, you're shaking your head.
Paul, he couldn't even find somebody to take the Shadow Scottish brief after half the Shadow Cabinet moved out. Half the Shadow Cabinet is now double jobbing. He can't even lead the people who sit behind him in the House of Commons. The idea if he in the Commons to back him, how on earth is he going to persuade the rest of the country?
Well, look, some of those people in the Commons have to decide what their future's going to be. I think the Progress Group, the Blairite MPs have kind of checked out of the Labour motel mentally already. They're talking a bit stable. But I say to the centre block, people like Owen Smith, you have to decide what you do if and when Jeremy let's make it better. Let's make it better. That's not Corbyn's position. I would prefer the positions in the Shadow Cabinet to be awarded along what the vote goes in this coming leadership election. If Owen Smith's people get 40%, let's give them 40% of the important posts in Parliament. We are in the Labour group an alliance and always will be.
Stand by, guys, if you would, just a second. I just want to bring our viewers some breaking news. Emergency services launched a rescue operation after cars plunged into the River Clyde in Renfrew. That according to Police Scotland. We've got teams on the way. We'll update you as soon as we get more information on that. Meantime, Matt Chorley, when we were looking for your brief earlier on today, you said the party's in total meltdown. And you have no view, you don't think that Owen Smith is in a position to be able to lead the party either. What are you suggesting? That it's on the verge of the abyss?
Yeah, I think it is. I think the Labour Party has basically been in a mess since Tony Blair went. No one really any good has been near the top of the party. Since then, Ed Miliband managed to keep the show on the road for 5 years by basically not doing anything, and then the cherry on the cake last year was when he let people join the party for £3, and hundreds of thousands of people did, and they all backed Jeremy Corbyn. And Jeremy Corbyn is very, very good at appealing to a very specific electorate of people, and they've all joined up, and they paid £3 last year, they paid £25 this year. They love him. They think he's great, but they are the sum total of people in the country who want to support him. And I think there is a massive problem for those, they call themselves moderates, or we might call them rebels, the Owen Smith brigade and your Chuck Mooners and Rachel Reeves. Their problem is the Labour Party they joined, the Labour Party they thought would be in government last year, it just doesn't exist anymore. It's been completely taken over by an entirely new group of people with a new ideology, and they've got no way of knowing what to do. And I think actually the big concern is they didn't have anyone good to run against Jeremy last year. They didn't have anyone really that good, no disrespect to Owen Smith, didn't really have anyone that good to stand against him this time. The idea that they've got somebody ready and willing and to launch a successful new political party, I think is doubtful as well. I think it's in a real mess, and I'm just glad I'm not the one who's got to come up with the solution as to how they get out of it.
Almost, would it be such a bad thing